Here we are in a battle against some slimes. Let's go attack these slimes and let's see what happens. So here's gonna go up and use a timed attack. So alright, timed attack 1. Oh, another timed attack. So timed attack 2. And then a third timed attack, Oh, I messed it up. And, well, it did 0 damage. And that's because the damage was based off the game temp task power. But that variable holds the actual results of the most recent timed attack. So even if I do all that stuff, all that matters is the results of the final timed attack. And in today's video, we'll be learning how to fix that and make it so that throughout an entire action sequence, the timed attacks can be averaged up and used to perform a specific amount of damage. This is a question I've been getting a lot, how to make it so all the timed attacks in the entire action sequence all form together to make one big value damage thing, and make it so that it just doesn't base it off of the final timed attack. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So here's the action sequence I was using for that attack. It's very simple. Move in front of the target, do 3 timed attacks, and then just do the other skill stuff like normal. But as we saw before, there's a problem with this, because every time a timed attack is performed, the previous timed attack's game temp task power or timed attack power is overwritten. So for example, as we all know, the variable known as game temp dot task power contains the value of the power from the most recently used timed attack. But of course, if you use 3 in a row, that means the only one that's going to matter is the final timed attack. But right now, what we're going to do is actually make it so all of these are averaged together to make it so when the action is used right here, it'll actually be taken into effect into the actual game temp task power value itself. Does that make sense? Hopefully it did. Anyway, let's get straight into it. To start off, we're going to create a variable. It doesn't really matter where. I suggest right at the top of the target action. So we'll do eval to create an eval action and do this dot and then variable name. So we'll do for this example, task average, like that, and set it equal to 0. Perfect, just like that. So what we're doing first is actually creating a variable to be used. Next what we're going to do is go down to the first timed attack and go right below it. Now under here, do another eval. But this time, take your previous variable and do plus equals next to it. Exactly like that. Plus sign, then an equal sign, because we're going to be adding something to this variable. What we're going to be adding is the actual value of gameTemp.taskPower, just like that. So right now, this variable is going to contain the value of this first timed attack's power. And now we're going to copy this and paste it right under the second timed attack, and then we'll do it again under the third timed attack right here. Now for this example, I have all 3 timed attacks just right next to each other and stuff. But if you have them all spread out and all in different places, this still works. Just put it right under where the timed attack is performed and it should work perfectly. So what we have right here is a variable called this._task_average that contains the value of all 3 of the timed attack powers. So to find the average, we simply divide by 3. Because as you know, to find the average of 3 things, just add them all together and divide by 3. So to do so, we do / equals and then 3, like that. Now, right here, we're dividing by 3 because those 3 timed attacks. But if your action sequence has 5, has 2, has 7, you just input that number right here. So for the example, it's going to be 3 because 3 timed attacks. And then the final thing we need to do is eval, and we'll do gameTemp.taskPower is equal to our variable this._task_average. Just like that. So finally, what we're going to do is actually make it so the actual game temp task power variable is set to our average. This just makes it so that if you have the game temp task power in your damage formula, you can access it just using this. And we are pretty much done. So I'm just going to go right here, put it directly in the note box of the skill like this, and we're good to go. Now to test this thing out, in the damage box, I'm going to set it so the damage is going to be 100 times the game temp task power. So now we can get an accurate result of what is going to happen with this variable right here. And we're also going to make sure there's no variance, and we're going to set critical hits so none. So to start off, let's do Herald perfectly. So we'll go down here. The first one will do just that perfect. Do second one, perfect. And third one we'll just do perfect, like that. And we'll get a perfect 100 damage. Next with Therese, we'll do it almost perfectly. We'll do that one perfect. We'll do this one perfect. But then we'll fail this one. So only 2 out of 3 were perfect. And as you can see, we get 67 or 2/3 of the damage correct. We'll fail that one. We'll succeed this one, and then we'll fail the last one, so only 1/3 is good, and we'll get 1/3 of 100. And if we fail all of them just like this, fail, 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 then we're gonna get 0 damage because none of them were good. And that's pretty much all it is. As you just saw, what happened with the Herald, once again, perfection gave 100 because it was all 1. But then with Therese, we got a 67 because 2 out of 3 of them were actually good. And then with Marsha, we got just 1 out of 3, so it was 33 or just 1/3 of 100. And yeah, so that's really all for this tutorial. If you enjoyed, then please give the video a like, comment, and Yeah, do stuff. Yeah! I'll have links to all the action sequence and plugin stuff I used if you need to use it for some reason. And yeah, I guess this video's over. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye.